Bugger. Good morning. Sunday morning. Sunday, February 15th, 7:30. Oi. Sorry about that. Slurpy noises, coughing, choking, all that stuff. Yeah, it's all there to distract you. I called this Where's My EpiPen? You know, what am I allergic to? War. What am I allergic to? Violence. What am I allergic to? Hatred. What am I allergic to? Destruction. Yeah. So I need my EpiPen. I need something outside of me to fix me. Bullshit. Bull crap. There's no external savior coming for you. There's no external savior coming to save you from yourself. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm a slob. Anyway, 6 million files have been released. A lot of them with a little black bit still in them, redacted, most of them are very clear that they're revealing that we're controlled by evil people. But there's so many of them and there's so much of it that it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do about it? Oh, nothing. Yeah, that's intentional. I mean, none of these crimes by this twat. No, he's not a twat. He's an evil genius. Well, no, he's not a genius either. Evil is not genius. You can't be an evil genius. They're two ends of a spectrum, right? If you're a genius, you can see through all the nonsense and you can go, wow, I better be working for good, the betterment of mankind. But then maybe he convinced himself that that's what he was doing. I mean, aside from, okay, I'm going to try and ignore all the sex scandal stuff. Oh. Not ignore, but I'm going to put that to one side and I'm going to deal with just the financial dealings. Because a lot of people here, especially here in the United States, they have to know, why would somebody, well, just the financial dealings. I mean, everybody knows, or if they don't, I'm sorry, but take a closer look at one of the people he was working with. Oh, the obvious one, Prince Andrew, right? Well, who's no longer a prince anymore. So what are they going to call him? Randy Andy? They're going to go back to defaming him. I mean, okay, that's another good example. Within the royal family, there's always this bad one. Why do they always have this bad one, So, okay, he was given a task by default by his mum. Well, go over there and talk to some of the Americans, see if you can get some money out of them for our missiles that we're going to help them destroy things that we need to destroy in order for us to stay in power. So off goes Prince Andrew, goes and talks to some big financial advisor. Well, who was that? And what was the first thing he did? Ooh, I know your Achilles heel. Here's a little girl. Take a picture. Here's another little girl. Take a picture. And then he'll do the deal. Sure. But he's got the leverage. That's a very simplified look at how the EpiPen abused power to the extent of abusing other powerful people and trying to control it. Well, so how's he going to survive? Well, he isn't, is he? I mean, but even within that systems, take a step back from him, who was obviously evil, nasty, ugly piece of shit, right? But take a step back from him. Who's controlling him? Who's allowing that to happen? Why was he scapegoated? I mean, we can go on and on and on and on and on about him and Maxwell and all the connections and all that stuff. But who was controlling that narrative? Us. Us. Why? Because we expected someone to come and save us. And they're still playing the same game. With him, they're going to go, well, there we go. The ultimate scapegoat. See, when you sign a contract, read it carefully. Read it very carefully. And one of those lot of blacked out words or one of those things you skip over because it's just ridiculous that you just, okay, agree. You know, it's like, be careful what you sign up for, right? Because underneath all of it, ultimately, that's a legal contract somehow in their minds, who's not mine. I don't believe in the law as it currently stands. And I think the way the lawyers are mixing up the medicine, but the word scapegoat, you know, and it's all distractions too. It's like, how can we get rid of all the evil in the world? I know. It's like, no, you don't. All the evil is in man. It's in us. All the good is in us. And unless we find that within us, it's no good you being a warrior. It's no good you going out there and just blindly punching at the nearest thing they throw to you. Oh my God, it was him, bang. It was him, bang. It's not going to work. That's their tools being used by them, but saying it's you. We have to know what we're fighting here. We're fighting an inner battle to understand why the outer is bad. Well, this inner battle we have to really take on. There's so many people now that are just like, I hate X because, and once we get rid of X, everything will go back to normal. Yes, it will. It'll go back to normal evil. Normal evil controllers. I'm sorry. You don't believe in evil controllers? Well, what do you believe in? God. Okay, I believe in God too. You can give it whatever name you want. But I do understand that we're on this planet, this journey, this world, this realm, whatever you want to call this human, the things we're experiencing in our lifetime. Okay, I'm not going to go, I'm an eternal spirit. Yes, I am. But that's an irrelevance here. What the relevant thing is whilst we're here, we get free will. We get choices. What are the choices we have? Oh, shit or more shit. No, I'm not doing that. I don't. No, go. A shit show. No, I don't want the shit show either. Media lies. It's time for us to recognize that if we want to see in the world that which we know is within us good, then we have to bring that forward. It's like you have to choose. You can't not choose these days because they will choose for you. A good example of this is I spent the last 3 or 4 days kind of fighting a conflicted battle with blah, blah, like some stupid thing about buying something online and they took the money and it wasn't the right parts and did it, but I got railed into it. It's like, and I was like, oh my god, I can feel the conflict, I can feel the anger, I can feel the disappointment rising up in me. Sure, it was relevant, but it was relevant in a very small way. But I hung on to that feeling and didn't deal with more important issues in the meantime. And it was like, oh, and I know it's silly to go, oh, everything's a microcosm and it's a macrocosm. It is in a way, but at the same time, you'll recognize things are going down a slippery slope. Sometimes you're like, I used to go to the store and be able to buy my groceries and not get harassed in the store, pay a reasonable price, take them home, be able to cook a nice, good quality food meal. When was the last time you did that and felt completely exonerated? Like, yeah, that's what I did. Oh, today I went down the store and bought my groceries, brought them back, made some food. It was lovely, and sat down and relaxed and listened to music. It's like the trip to the grocery store, the interactions within the public in the grocery store, the prices of the groceries that were available were, and then see, it's slowly chipping away. And it's quality we want, not quantity. All of these people, you're like, oh, why would those evil people do those things? You're not evil. You are not evil. You're in, you're in the, we're all in the choice, we choose. So you can't understand why that person would do that. Why would they be that evil? Well, you know what? They'd be that evil because there was a reward, an instant reward, right? Instant. And also, well, everybody else is doing it. Has that ever been an excuse for anything good? Everybody else is doing it. Oh, come on. Find your creative spark. It's in there. This was going to be a very short one on our major distractions that come up and our scapegoats that are thrown to us. Now, this is huge. This is absolutely huge, what's happening in the world right now, because they're getting arrogant. The people who are trying to control us are desperately trying to hang on to or cling on to or usurp or fight amongst themselves to retain their evil control over us. So there are evil controllers. If you put so I went to get on this bus, right? And the bus stopped and it was driverless. So I thought, fuck that, I ain't getting on that. And then it was like, oh, because this is the only place I can get to the destination that I want to be. Okay, well, no, I'm not going driverless. So I look around the bus and it's all full of like 5-year-old kids. And you're like, oh shit. Or people with, blind people who, it's like, okay, I'm going to drive the bus. But then you sit in the seat on the bus, and you're like, I don't know how to drive this bus. Well, you do. You actually do know how to drive your own bus. You do. You really know. I mean, I know it may seem like you're doing nothing to propel yourself on your journey, but your propulsion is your conscience. Your propulsion is your conscience. You know you have to do this. You have to choose love and peace, right? You know you have to choose it. And then you have to act out this scenario of being love and peace. And sure, they're going to come in with all these distractions, little tiny ones, little tiny ones, the mosquito, tiny little insect. But try going to sleep with one in the room. Yeah, these are all koans and phrases, borrowed from Zen. But the thing is, there's a reality to all of it. It's like, it's not always the big distraction, but they've now got to the stage where they don't even care about the big distraction. It's like, it's crazy, but the public will buy it. Why? Because they feel powerless, and we have power. What's rubbish? Those evil controllers, you're giving them all their power. You are, here you go, Mr. Policeman. Here, I'm going to give you a gun and a baton and a uniform, and I'm going to dress you up in a helmet and a mask, and you're going to take off all your ID tags, and you're going to call yourself an ICE agent, and we're going to go around icing people in public, and people don't care. That happened. That's happening. Oh, well, nothing I can do about it. The fuck there is. Choose peace. Choose love. Stand there. Say no. No. Not me. You're not going to take me. I'm not saying make the supreme sacrifice and jump in front of a bullet. That would be silly. But just stop complying with this stupid system of greed. Absolute greed. This is gluttony on a scale you can't even imagine. This is the absurdity of the Mr. Creosote sketch by Monty Python. I'll put a link to that sketch underneath. That is an indictment of where we are, the absurdity of it, but is kind of, wow, we're here. I mean, I'm hoping for what the end result is, which is give them enough rope, because they are being absurd, but they're also being very, very arrogant. We don't need to change. We're just going to shoot people in the streets, so you better stay in your homes. They're almost saying that now. It's like, what? I'm not trying to spread fear. I'm just trying to make sure that our awareness is in the idea that anything creative that you do is going to offset some of the destructive things that are being done on the other end of the scale. The scales of justice, your own justice, just us. This is justice, but our own justice, our own idea of what is fair and what is good in this human experience without violence. No violence. No killing. You don't have to kill people. They change the language all the time. I played a show or whatever, did some creative stuff live, and somebody said, "Oh man, you killed it." I said, "Oh, I hope not." They ruined our language. They ruined our communications. I know, sure, we need comedy. So yes, we can play on twisting those words and making them into more fun things. But we have to realize that the way in which we're manipulated, sometimes it's with a dropper, you know, sometimes it's with a bucket full of shit, right? I feel bucketfuls of shit every day. I look out there, I'm like, what? They did what? But I'm offsetting it. I'm trying to help other people become aware of it, but not freak out about it. I understand the freak out because you're going along one day and everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, you're confronted with a wall of tanks and soldiers going, "Get in your house, go home," or it's not it. So don't let it creep up. I don't think it's creeping up. I think we're now at the point where most people just can't handle the truth. And even if the truth is right on their doorstep, they just can't handle it. But we have to. We have to. We have to put one foot in reality and create a better world. One foot in reality and create a better world. That's it. This reality, there's still great beauty here. Gosh, the trees and the birds and the animals and nature, it's just wonderful. But instead of blindly stumbling around in that nature, be like that nature, be resilient to their constant barrage of trash, destruction. I'm sorry. All right. Staying off the negative, being on the positive, get on your good foot. Today, get on your good foot. Be kind, be loving, be caring. They don't like that because they don't understand it. That's another way of combating everything, right? But don't let them off the hook because you've helped create their world. So you can help understand it and then change it, because you can change it because you created it, right? Our society was created by us. And then a few evil people just went, oof, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that. And eventually they have everything except you. And you're like, whoa, this is ours, not yours. You gave up your power. Take it back. Love always wins.